Hello everyone, I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another episode of the ASMR Talk Show, the show that feels good to hear. This is the talk show where we talk in whispery ASMR voices. We don't do the touching, textural stuff. I suppose we could, but it's really just kind of more of a talk show with the soft talking. Before we get into our interview tonight, I sat a couple weeks ago, cruising around Hollywood, killing time before work. So I had to stop by the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which, if you've never heard of it, is a great cemetery in Hollywood where regular people, but famous people are buried. I don't understand the point of getting buried unless you're famous, unless like a stranger or a tourist is going to come see you. But a lot of great monuments in there, statues of fallen people, Judy Garland, Cecil B. DeMille, all these people. So I'm walking around thinking of, all the contributions all the people there made to art and culture. And I feel around my back pocket and realize I had band practice that night, forgot to bring guitar picks. So I don't want to buy a whole pack of guitar picks. So I look just at that right moment, I see Chris Cornell's grave, and sitting on it is a nice little green guitar pick right there. I looked at it and I was like, nah. So then I went to Dee Dee Ramone's grave, because that was a lot. I played bass, so this was a lot much better, and there were way more picks there. And I actually got 4 or 5. It was cool because at the store, you have to get a whole pack. I was able to get a nice little variety of picks and experiment with different ones. And I think that's what Dee Dee would have wanted. I think if I had asked him in person, if I was like, hey, can I get a guitar pick? He'd be like, yeah, sure, man, go for it. And then he'd probably be like, you got any smack? Which, I didn't have any of that, but I got the guitar pick. So if you're in Hollywood before band practice, stop by the cemetery. Folks, my guest tonight is a musician who, this happens periodically, he saw one of his friends on the show, and then he sent me a message, and you can yourself do this, by the way. He sent me a message, he's like, hey, can I be on the show? And I said, sure, we got a list of potential guests, we'll call you next time there's an opening. Maybe he thought I was going to blow him off. I don't know. I think he maybe did a little bit. But no, true to my word, we had a cancellation. So I was like, who actually wants to be on this show? And here he is now. Return the favor. Hurt Hawks.
Hey.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you,
yeah,
I guess.
Nice to meet you.
We were talking a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So I didn't do a ton of research for this interview. I started to, and then I was like, this will be like just a conversational one. But I think that there might be 2 Hurt Hawks.
Yeah, there's me.
Yeah.
And there's one that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Who was first? Do you know?
No idea. No idea.
Is the other guy active?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I gotta be better though.
I mean, you're still at it, so just by default,
yeah.
He's.
He could be a great guy if you're out there, other Hurt Hawks. Cheers.
He said in his that he does rockabilly and psychobilly music.
Yeah.
Are you down with that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I like rockabilly. I like psycho. I like the Cramps and.
He also said that in his music he's adamant about his vegan straight edge lifestyle. How do you feel about that?
That's I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have strong feelings about that. No, it's not my bag.
Right. Would you? Yeah. Well, and then look on your Instagram. You had like a drink emoji in the thing.
Yeah.
So you guys are like opposite.
Yeah.
Hawks.
Maybe we're from different dimensions. Maybe if I kill him, I'll be stronger.
It'll absorb
like
his
Jet Li,
power.
Yeah. Absorb his power. The one. Yeah.
So no interest in teaming up with the other Hurt Hawks.
No.
He's also in California. He's in Chico.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Okay. Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he must have gotten his name where I got my name from, which is from a Californian poet, Robinson Jeffers. And a lot of his poems were about California and the coast. And so it makes sense that he's in California.
What's the gist of the poem? I'm not familiar with that poet.
It's quite literal. It's about two hawks that Robinson Jeffers cares for, and they're hurt. It's very quite literal, hurt hawks. And it's like a 2-part poem, and he's telling the tale of these 2 hawks that he's trying to nurse back to health.
What's a 2-part poem? Like there's a sequel?
No, it's just, it's part 1 is about the
Okay.
one hawk, and the part 2 is about the other
Oh,
hawk,
okay.
if I remember correctly, yeah.
And you have a plural name, even though, is it just you and your band?
I have 2 incarnations, and the reason I picked the name is I kind of liked that it was ambiguous. I like that it sounds like a name, and I like that people wonder, is that my name or is it the band name? And that's why I went with it. There's one incarnation that's just me solo, where I perform to backing tracks, and the style of that one is much more croonerish and a lot of influence from like Leonard Cohen, but also like a band like Suicide, because it's electronic. And then recently I acquired a backing band that's called the Barflies, and that version's a lot more bombastic, a lot more rock and roll, punk, post-punk, whatever.
Do you prefer it with the band?
It's fun to play with people, and I feed off that energy, but I also really enjoy being alone up there, kind of me versus the world kind of thing. I enjoy that too, so I don't necessarily prefer one over the other.
I tend to like it with a band better when I see somebody performing.
Yeah.
It's easier to win me over as an audience member. But you don't have to deal with a bunch of personalities.
Exactly. Which is very complicated. Just trying to get band practice going, or booking gigs, and just all that stuff. It's a lot easier when you're the only one. Your arguments are just with yourself. Yeah.
It's one less scheduled. Every band member you add, it's one more schedule to coordinate with.
Yes. Yeah.
So like my band I'm in right now, it's a trio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think scheduling wise we could take on a 4th member.
No.
Just another person
things.
to have to work around their schedule when they can get across town and the thing.
Yeah, and
And
that's kind of how why Hurt Hawks was born. I was kind of tired of doing the band thing, so I started it off, and then I kind of missed the band thing. But I decided, okay, I'll keep, and I can do both.
Are you a barfly yourself?
I'm married and I have kids, so what I did was I found a bar at a thrift store, and I put it in my living room, and now I never have to go to bars, and I save lots of money, and I can just be a barfly in my own house.
Like a dry bar kind of situation?
Like a big bar. It's got the shelves. It's really cool. It's like a mid-century bar.
Yeah, but it's kind of in a it's like a furniture unit. Right? Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like.
It's about chest height.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
And you sit at it?
I sit at it.
Where is it? In your living room?
It's in my living room. I watch TV at it.
And are your kids there playing on the floor?
Yeah, I read at it. I can write at it.
That must be nice.
Yeah.
'Cause your kids can't come to the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They can't come to the bar, so it's just bring the bar to me.
You ever been in a bar that has a kid in it?
You know what? I remember once I was young myself, and I was on vacation with my family, and I think my dad took me in there to use the restroom. So I was the kid, but there was like another kid in there, and I thought it was very odd, but I was in there too. So, but yeah.
I saw somebody with a baby in a bar once.
That's kind of weird.
Because you could just tell it's like how long is this gonna fly? This kid's gonna get older in like a month. It's gonna be too old for you to lug it around to a bar.
Yeah.
And this lady's drinking a glass of wine with this baby is up on the bar.
Yeah.
That's unsanitary too.
Yeah, probably.
This kid wasn't potty trained.
Yeah. I wonder if he could change the diaper on the bar, and that's probably not a good idea.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's a happy hour special.
Yeah.
So you got a nice look going on here.
Oh, thank you.
You got some jewelry. You got
Yeah.
your accessory here. This case you had in here.
Yeah.
I thought was really interesting. This is a cooler, right?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
cooler.
But we can't drink beer here, obviously. Like when you open it up, you like keep your phone in there and stuff too?
I just keep all my stuff in there. Got a tape and some beer and a T-shirt and sometimes deodorant or whatever I need for before and after the gig. Cough drops, gum. I don't.
It's a little supply case.
Yeah, it's a supply case. You know.
Where do you get your vintage items?
Thrift stores mostly. There's one like just walking distance from my house. A Savers right by my house.
Oh, that one over here? Yeah, I know that one.
In Arcadia. Yeah.
That's over here to me.
Yeah. It used to be a Ralph's. It's a Savers. Now there used to be a Goodwill there, and there's some mom and pop ones by there. That's mostly, I say, I mean the top half of me is all from there.
You really
I got
like
this there today.
Oh, let's see this
ring.
here.
It's like a cameo ring.
Oh, that's weird.
I think it's a chick's ring.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
When did you start wearing jewelry? That's not something a young man does.
No, it's not. It's not. I guess maybe it's got to have been in the last maybe 10 years, at least. Maybe less. I'm trying to remember. It's kind of a weird thing. You might not. I don't think I had a day where I'm like, I'm gonna start wearing jewelry now.
It just sort of worked its way into the
Well, you know
accessories.
I always was into my dad's jewelry. You know, he had one of these. This is really cool, like wooden box, and you know, it had like shelves that came out, and he had, you know, gold rings, and he had like an old class ring, and his grandfather's ring, and a gold watch, and you know, stuff dads have, pocket knife, and I was always obsessed with that. I always loved that, and I always wanted to get to that point, and so maybe that's kind of the cooler kind of emulates that in a way, yeah.
Have a little treasure chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Of stuff.
Yeah.
I got a mermaid necklace.
A mermaid necklace.
It was like a piece of the costume.
Uh-huh.
It was silver. There was a mermaid on it.
Yeah.
I wore it on my 30th birthday. I went out. I wore it.
Yeah.
I felt kind of cool in it.
Yeah.
And then wore it a second time. I just didn't. I don't think I'm a jewelry
You're not a jewelry
kind of guy. I have this watch that doesn't even run.
I love that watch.
But it's a great watch, right?
It's a
People
great
compliment
watch.
on it.
Yeah.
I don't care what time it is.
Do you always get asked, like, does it work? Do people ask you that?
People will say, nice watch, and they usually leave it at that. Or they say, what time is it? And I pull out my phone to tell them, and they say, you're wearing a watch.
Yeah. And then
I'm
you
like,
explain.
well, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then the third question, which is after that, is like, well, why don't you get it fixed?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have a good answer for that, other than like,
it looks good.
It's, you know.
It looks good. Yeah. Was it broken when you got it?
No, it used to run.
It used to run.
And it used to have the original band on it, had like the clasp thing on it. It was cool. Yeah, it ran, and you could press the button and change the date and stuff. It was.
It's kind of cool too. Like, I have like a old gold watch, like a broken one, and it's kind of fun to sometimes decide upon what time you're gonna put it on.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just gonna be stuck on that time, unless you change it. So it's kind of cool to decide.
We got 11:30.
That's good. It's nice. You've got it.
That's when the Tonight Show comes on.
Okay.
11:30.
That's good.
So I set my watch like I'm a Johnny Carson guy.
And it's right twice a day. Yeah.
Or I mean, technically, like if you change time zones, if I was traveling with the time zones or something, it could be right all day long.
You'd have to go really fast, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the logistics of doing this, but saying time is an illusion, Hurt Hawks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Sure.
What do you like about old things?
What do I like about old things? I've always liked old. I don't know. I don't. The present always bores me. I don't want to call it nostalgia. I don't. I like old things. Always felt old and out of place, and it's always appealed to me. Yeah, I like dead things. All my heroes are dead.
Who's some of your heroes?
Humphrey Bogart, Ernest
Yeah.
Hemingway.
Oh, they're dead. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they're real dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have some heroes that are alive. I feel like if I met them, they would no longer be my heroes, though, because they're alive.
Well, that on a similar tip, the reason I like old things or old music or dead people is because in the present, there's a lot coming at you. How are you supposed to tell what's good when everything is new at the same time? But when it's older and you have the lens of time, and you'd be like, oh, this actually is good.
It stood the test of time.
Yeah, and then so you're only dealing with quality.
It's tried and true. You don't.
Unless you want to go deeper, and then you can, and it's there. But
yeah.
Like I don't know. I would go see a contemporary band. If I had a friend or whatever. Like I'll go see band. I'll go see any band.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not gonna like listen to a band that's out now.
Yeah.
I could just listen to The Doors or something.
Exactly. I agree. Except me.
Oh yeah,
you
well,
should,
of course.
Should still listen to me. I'll be
and
dead
the other
soon.
Hurt Hawks. Yeah.
Neither the other Hurt Hawks.
Yeah, do a split.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you don't mind me asking, why did you want to be on this show?
Why did I want to be on this show? I just thought it was quirky. Outsider. I thought it was very outsider, and you were interesting.
Okay.
And I like interesting people. I like to collect interesting things, and I like to collect interesting people. Not that you're not that
I'm in the collection.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put you in my back pocket or anything, but.
Ooh, we're in each other's collection now.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of weird friends. Punk Bunny.
Yeah.
Francine Dancers, Karen Centerfold, David Liebehart. All my friends are weird.
Yeah.
Or they're normal, nice people. Other weird people aren't nice, but I'm in their collection.
And that
now
appeals
too.
to me.
Yeah.
And
cross collecting.
And I feel like the more you can put yourself in around interesting people or in uncomfortable situations, it's good to challenge yourself, and I think it makes you a better artist when you put yourself around those types of people or situations or like this. I've never done anything like this.
But you saw this show and you were like, "That's for me. I want to be a part of it." Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting because I get a lot of comments on the YouTube where people, they made it this far. They found it on YouTube. They know that there's something to get, but they just don't get it.
They don't get the point.
And but then really it's puzzling. But I'm here to tell you, there's not we're just sitting in the studio in Pasadena.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. We're just talking to each other.
I experienced that.
Yeah.
I told a few friends, and I felt like they were kind of like baffled. They didn't get it, and maybe they're looking for too much meaning in it. I told them it's an interview where you whisper.
Are you kind of an analytical person? Are you always trying to find meaning and stuff, or?
No, maybe. I don't know. That sounded analytical.
What does that mean, man?
I think maybe by nature I am, but I would like not to be. I'd rather just, have a drink and just accept things as they are. But that's not always easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need kind of a balance a little
Yeah,
bit.
there's always kind of two things going on with it. There's always the person you want to be and the person you are. So sometimes they intersect, or if you're doing it right.
Yeah. Or if you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Whoa. Got any gigs lined up or anything? You gigging around?
Well, the only thing I really have.
And you don't have to say dates because I don't know when this is going to air, so you don't feel. But in general.
What I do
like if we were at Thanksgiving and I was your uncle, how's the band going? Hurt Hawks, and then you have to pretend it's going a little better than it is. But
what I do have coming up is a reading at this place called Gatsby Books in Long Beach. It's a really cool place. I guess I fancy myself a bit of a writer. I think that's why I got into music, really, is just to write. Mainly, I like to write. words.
And the music was a vehicle
Yeah, exactly.
for excuse to write.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm doing a reading, and I'm going to have a story in this anthology book with two other writers.
Oh, the other Hurt Hawks?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna that's what I got going on. It's a short story I wrote. Yeah.
You ever done a reading like that before?
It's gonna be my first reading, so we'll see how it goes.
On the one hand, it's your first one. You could be nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, you don't have to memorize it, right?
No, I can.
You can actually have it right there.
Yeah.
I feel like with a reading, the expectation of the audience for you to entertain is rock. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
all you have to do is read off the page. It's really.
I'm sure they're
It's
gonna
not
be
you trying to
bored,
make them laugh or.
bored to tears, just watching me read. I don't know. We'll see.
Who would go to a reading?
I don't know. Hopefully somebody.
Yeah.
We're gonna have beer there, or no? We're not. I don't think we're supposed to say that.
Dude,
There's
you
not
can
gonna be
talk about
there.
beer being around. You just can't drink it in the.
Well, the guy you said not to.
Oh, okay.
That was a lie. It's not gonna be beer.
Okay.
I have a flask in my. Can I drink this on air? No, I can't.
Nah,
What if it's not alcohol?
I think still they don't want food and drink on the green screen.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do the bottle. Just because the
Yeah,
paint's
yeah.
kind of expensive.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but we're in the home stretch now, so soon.
So-
You gotta, yeah. You step off that sidewalk, you're off of.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
kind of do whatever.
I think this might be city property. I'm not sure. No, it's not. They just get some money from the city.
Yeah.
But they've got a thing with public access
Mhm.
is any rules they have, you just have to do it because the whole system, it's so fragile, like it's so
Yeah.
unnecessary. It's all just like for fun and the excuses, all the hoops they have to jump through here at the
For sure,
station to
for
get
sure.
this stuff that you just have to go. It's kind of like life.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just have to go. Now, rules are meant to be broken sometimes.
Yeah.
You stand up and say, and so, we have actually been kicked out of a number of public access stations.
Yeah.
3, I think, actually.
Was it
Well,
because someone drank? Was one of them?
that was one time,
Really?
yeah, in Ventura.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. It was the weirdest
Was it a
thing.
guest?
It was, these guys came and they
Mhm.
just had it, and I knew they weren't supposed to do it. And I just was like, yeah, go ahead and have it. Like, I just wasn't,
Yeah.
and then I saw it all play out. It was far away.
So
Ventura Drive
they
up there.
totally ruined it for me because then I could have been that guy. And then
Maybe.
you remember, but I'm glad I'm not.
This was years ago, though. I
Years
think I
ago.
would have learned from
Yeah.
that. And then we got kicked out of another one for setting off the fire alarm accidentally with a fog machine.
I've been banned from a few gigs I've played.
How'd you do that?
This one time, I had played there before, and I was during my performance I was drinking on the floor. The stage is the floor, and the next time I played, they asked me not to do that, and I told them it's part of the act, and I said I promise I won't spill. And then I spilled the beer, and I don't know, the sound was messed up. I think I had too much to drink, and I got mad, and I think I threw the microphone stand or something, or did something stupid, and the guy said, like, you're done, and then I threw my beer on the floor, and then the bouncer like rushed me, and then I tried to fight him, and I don't think I'm allowed to play there anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been kicked out of a venue I was playing.
Yeah.
I mean, kicked out of venues I was attending, but you get
Yeah.
fired a lot?
Me?
Yeah, over your career? Or do you usually leave a job?
I always leave. I always just, like, one day I wake up and decide not to. Okay, can I tell a story? I got fired on this job once. Remember Robinson's May?
Yeah, of course.
I used to sell watches there. And I think, so this lady came and she was giving me a really hard time. And I don't know what the issue was, but she told me, she said something really rude to me, like, oh, you learn something new every day, because she was trying to tell me how to do something. And I said, you know what, lady, you're really mean. I don't like you. and she says, I'm gonna report you. And she said, what's your name? And so I said, Billy. And she said, Billy what? I said, the kid. And then she went upstairs, and all day I'm waiting for something to happen. Nothing happens. I go home, and I'm like, I'm good. She didn't tell. She took off. And then next day I'm at work, and I'm doing my thing, and my boss walks by, and I go, hi, and she goes, hey, Billy. And I'm all, uh-oh. And then I think I tried to fight someone there too. This was a long time ago. I was probably like 19 or something. These like kids were like, I don't know. They were trying to start something with me on the elevator, and I left my little area and followed them upstairs. And I think I tried to find them in the women's section or something. But yeah, I got fired from that job for some reason.
Well, they're not even around anymore.
No, I beat them. I won.
Yeah, you won.
I'm around longer.
Congratulations, Heart Hawks.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you hit me up, man. Thanks for coming. This was cool.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. How can people find this Hurt Hawks and not the other one? The one from Arcadia, the one on Bandcamp from Arcadia.
Yes.
Where did you go?
The best place is Instagram, and it's just Hurt Hawks Instagram, and yeah, I'm playing gigs, and
And that reading. Check out the reading in Long Beach.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, this is Adam Papagan reminding you that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind. Good night.